That's the big prize. And if we can accomplish that, hopefully we can get some sense back into and confidence in how government works back there. But what do we have? Less than 10% approval rate of what Congress is doing. It's really stalemated, and we have to get a commission to unleash this stalemate, and that would be getting the Senate, control of the Senate, and getting the current person out of the White House. You're absolutely right. Yes, ma'am.
But if more and more people like you show up in the Congress, this next election, I think Congress is having a great deal of say in influencing the United States of America towards what you're saying. So don't you believe that even if by some bad chance we don't get one or the other, we still are making a great inroad within the Congress itself because of people like you that are coming up, even if the senators aren't listening.
Oh, I appreciate that comment. I will tell you, and the question really was, more people like me, sure, that'd be great. But we still have to work across the aisles on certain issues, and more will be settled after the election on the 6th of November. We'll have a little bit more certainty about moving forward, but there's so much uncertainty right now. We just have to really wait to see that and see what kind of platform we can have. It can be done, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of patience because there are, let's say, laws upon laws. We're living in an era, in my opinion, of perhaps unintended but negative consequences of prior legislation. And this just got to stop. I mean, there's been a couple of acts passed by House of Representatives that Harry Reid won't even see, and that is the Red Tape Moratorium Act and then the REINS Act. Those two things, if they were allowed to be passed through the president, would do a lot to stifle government spending and just level it out. And that would be the best thing that could happen right now. Yes, ma'am. Hi.
I'm a little bit of a gay, really happy today, and the executive caveat, and there seems to be a lot of talk about fracking and how it's already like still really, and as we know, the price of pollution is really high. So I was just
The question was, I think the question was, what is my point of view on fracking and energy costs in general? We have an enormous opportunity in the state of Colorado and the United States to convert our fuel choice in the United States from oil to natural gas. And that would greatly reduce the cost of fuel transportation. With regard to fracking, hydraulic fracturing, I think is the technical term, that occurs miles, 1 to 2 miles below the surface of the earth. And there are really no reasons why there's such an emotional outcry about contaminating aquifers. Because aquifers really exist, if I'm not mistaken, let's say at 1,500 feet foot level. When you're drilling a mile, 2 miles down below, it's an entirely different ballgame. And people from Colorado School of Mines, I'm sure, can tell you that hydraulic fracturing is really very, very safe. There are a couple of instances that have been reported that have actually been concocted by the Department of Energy. I think one was up in Wyoming on a contaminated surface well, and then another one in Pennsylvania. But those things have been actually concocted to the benefit of the people who don't want us to drill for oil and gas. One more, and then I'll wrap it up. Did I see somebody back there?
This one.
Oh, yes, sir.
Joe, as a taxpayer, I'm concerned about ballot issues 3A and 3B, which raise property taxes in order to fund schools. I know you wouldn't be directly involved in, in voting for it, but what is your stand on 3A and 3B?
The 3A, 3B float followed us in the Weavers Parade by 2 or 3 floats, but they were out there and very vocal. Let me say this, my wife of 50 years, Gail, was a school teacher, and we certainly value the role of school teachers in our kids' education. We're just not getting the results from our educational system that we like. I've seen a report, for example, that Colorado ranks 47th in the United States on placing high school graduates in colleges. Something isn't working right. We're still analyzing 3A, 3B, and haven't really come up with a position, primarily because I'm running for a federal office and not a state office, so I really don't have any influence on state issues. So forgive me for kind of dodging the question. We need to take a look at education from a higher level and start expecting and demanding that we get better results out of our schools than we're getting right now. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming. Let's go, Mr. Singh.
I'm not going to touch the microphone. Two other people I want to thank, especially as former Senator Cliff Dodge and Suzanne. Everybody stay around and enjoy yourselves. Say hello to your neighbors. There's lots of dessert. If anybody wants to make an extra donation, if you just want it free, we have extra spaghetti. And if anybody ever wants to help out with DFW, they do take food and clothing, and they help the needy in this area regardless of the